Greetings to the crypto community. We are pseudo-anonymous. We are here to smash that like button. We believe this content needs to reach more people like you. We are watching. We are listening. Most importantly, we are liking and subscribing. We are pseudo-anonymous. Expect us.
You chased the green in the midnight glow, held your heart close but let your logic go. A lover's game with charts that climb and dive, but don't lose yourself trying to feel alive. Don't marry your trades, let the candle fade. The market's a siren with a price to be paid. Hold your soul steady when the FOMO calls. In the dance of the market, don't risk it all. She'll lure you in with promises so sweet, but volatility whispers lies at your feet. You can't buy love with a bullish streak. When emotions rule, your wallet gets weak. Don't marry your trades, let the candle fade. The market's a siren with a price to be paid. Hold your soul steady when the FOMO calls. In the dance of the market, don't risk it all. Step back, baby, take a breath and see. Not every high is your destiny. You're the captain, don't drown in her waves. Crypto love's fickle, but your heart can be saved. Don't marry your trades, let the candle fade. The market's a siren with a price to be paid. Hold your soul steady when the FOMO calls. In the dance of the market, don't risk it all.
Screen lights up, heart's beating fast. Market dips low, FOMO's in my grasp. Sports my line, but greed pulls me near. Chasing that wind, ignoring my fear. Fingers itch too short, but the chart says wait. Fear and fire clash, sealing my fate. Gonna break free, rise with the flow. Sing it loud, let the rhythm grow. Don't short support, no hold it tight. Price will bounce, we're taking flight. Stand your ground, let the bulls take charge. Don't short support, we're stealing the stars. Don't short support. Feel the power soar. Last bet crash left me in the dust. Learn my lesson, now I build my trust. Supports my rock, I read the signs. Riding the wave, leaving shorts behind. Fingers itch too short, but the chart says wait. Fear and fire clash, sealing my fate. Gonna break free.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2. How'd you got it, Habib?
You don't have to do that all the time. I'm telling you, Road Dog. It comes across very annoying on the other side.
What, that right there? Can you hear me? Does it sound good? Alright. Tonight's program is brought to us by Good Ass Coffee. Why have regular coffee when you can have good ass coffee? Get your good ass coffee today wherever. Well, just make it good. You know how you like it. Shoot.
Discipline wins, I'm playing it smart. Supports my glow, lighting up my heart. Don't short support, no hold it tight. Price will bounce, we're taking flight. Stand your ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, please grab your local ding-a-ling. Hopefully it belongs to you. Give it a little fling-a-fling. Clear the air, make yourself feel good, and put a smile on your face. The ringing of the cowbell. Gotcha, bitch!
Feel the power soar. Don't show support, let the price ignite. Dance to the beat, we're owning the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey. You still ain't Batman.
I used to drown my sorrows when the market fell. Satoshi sinking low, a personal hell. Accounts of ghost tempting me to break.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg, and I'm here on the daily chart looking at Bitcoin, and we're just kind of hanging around 117.9, right at 118,000 after a nice little drop today. Lost a trend line on some smaller time frames here, and we got some other trend line ideas that do suggest possibilities of lower areas. We got to talk about that. Today is Friday. We're heading into the weekend, and that's always an interesting time when we go to the weekend. That's where the whales can play, and we know that they do play. Sometimes they start moving things around. A lot of times we see something happen. Most of the move happen on a Sunday that we finally get a feel for what they're trying to do. And until then, it can be quite boring. Now, we've got some few things to talk about. Now, Bitcoin is boring and going sideways during the weekend. And Bitcoin dominance, which is right here on the daily. That's amazing. Look at that. If it continues to go lower, and it has broken its 200 moving average there, and we do have a level down here about 60%, about another percent drop there. Possibility for it to continue down there and even find some support, or maybe even go lower. I don't know. Or maybe not even get down there at all. But if it continues to go down while Bitcoin goes sideways, then altcoins could probably maybe continue up for this weekend. However, there still, you see a lot of people calling for altcoin season, and I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on that. It's too early to make such a call. You could be dead ass wrong, and then everybody would get wrecked. Okay, so it's not a safe call. A lot of people are feeling that way. We got a rally. I'll say that. Personally, I've got my eyes here from this is what we need to remember, and this is what's got me concerned over the weekend. Do I know? Oh, I need to adjust you? Okay. We are at the 786 Fibonacci area for this high to low. That is the common area where we start seeing top looks like this. It's where we start seeing things that look like this. Well, it looks good right now, and then it kind of, oh man, oh bummer, until we come down to a point and go do this again. This looked great here until we started coming down. It's like, oh crap, man, altcoins suck. And then now look, that's when we dropped to 758 billion. I don't know if you remember that. We're at 1.02 trillion now. Several $100 billion have come into the market and pumped our bags straight up. And to think that that's going to continue straight up, I mean, it's not impossible, but we got to remember just the rules of the game. And the 786 area right there, 1.05 trillion, that was and is a take profit area. And I just think we need to listen to that. And I'm here preaching at the choir because that includes me too. Which way are you going there, dude? That includes me too. I get my hair in the picture. But here on the daily, we're still holding a trend line. It still looks strong on total 3. I got to say, still above the 9 moving average. But pullbacks could take us back a little bit. I think it looks good. She may be trying to come back over here on the weekends, so maybe during the weekend we can get a pump more on some of these altcoins, some more than others. But I do highly recommend, preaching to you and to myself, to be a little bit more aggressive on some of the profit taking strategies. I mean, myself, I'm seeing my portfolio come back to an area where I'm thinking, oh my God, I might still have a chance to actually do something this cycle. This is starting to look better. It's looking like not quite before Christmas though. I ain't quite back there yet. Man, that was dumb. Anyway, I'd love to get back to that pre-Christmas balance that we had there. Even the 1st of January looked better than where it is right now, from the big pullbacks and all that. The only way to keep that from happening again is make sure we get paid on the way up. So this area right here, 1.05 trillion, and then this other area right up above it, 886 Fibonacci. What the game plan is to see what happens here, man. When it comes up here, if we come back up there again, if right, we could. I hope we do. I mean, we got a little bit of red light, green dot action happening over here on Ichimoku. I'm not on the market cipher. But what I do like is that we got money flowing the green. Now that's kind of cool. There's some bullish things, some bearish things. There's some signs of tiredness going here. We could be getting rejected, or we could just be taking a breather and try to go up a little bit higher. We'll have to watch that. But one thing I want to watch for, and the biggest thing I'll be watching for, is if we do come back up here and then we kind of range over here between these two. Right here, because that'd be a sign that we might be setting up to go even higher. Now that would be awesome, and then it may feel a little bit more like altcoin season. It'd be a hell of an altcoin rally, kind of like what we have from November to December. That was not an altcoin season, that was a rally. The rallies are good, okay? We like rallies, but let's make a difference between it and altcoin season. They're night and day. I mean, them altcoin seasons, they last for a few weeks. A rally just lasts for a few days or something, and well, that's over. Maybe a week at the most. And then it's like, oh man, now we're back to square one. Consolidate. Oh, go down. Why is it so hard psychologically just to take the profits that you really need to? That's something that I do find I tend to struggle with there sometimes. So 1.1 trillion, 1.05 trillion. We're above the 9 moving average, that little green line right there. And the rule of the game is, as long as we're above that, we're fine. And I can't say anything bad about it because everything's going A-OK in the bigger scheme of things on the daily. So that's what we got there. So we're still in the good graph. This is on total 3 for our altcoins, by the way. So it looks like we might have a chance, hopefully over the weekend. So I'm going to come down to the 4 hour. Look at that. We're getting a little bit of a pullback now, getting rejection at an area that we should get rejection from. And that's the first possible red flag. That would have been a great place to definitely take profits. Of course, we can say that in hindsight, right? We said it in as it was happening too, but we're just saying, oh man, it's going to keep going up forever. It's only usually when it does get rejected there and start coming down, we start thinking, oh man, they got me. Or got part of me. Look, we broke a trend line right here. So I do expect total 3 to maybe at least over. We lost the 9 moving average on the 4 hour, people. We can talk dirty about you. You suck, Bitcoin, or total 3. You suck on this time frame. She might be dropping down over the next, into tomorrow, which will be Saturday. That's nothing unusual. But we might see something like that, a little bit of a pullback, and then maybe by Sunday we get a bounce. I'm kind of hoping maybe we do a double top or we break through. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping we'll come back up because I really want to take some more profits over here and try to make a little bit more of an effort to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come over and say hello to everybody. Make sure my microphone is working and we can get on target. And while I'm over there, I'm going to post this little marker here. Boom! Are you working? My little request marker there in the chat. If you got any coins you want to take a look at, you can throw them in there. We'll try to get to them all tonight. Where are you, chat? You're hiding out. 19 people hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We got Strega in the house. How's it going, Strega? Strega was first tonight. Woo! Yeah! Just like old days. We got MG Motorsports. Dang, Striker, you've been here 3 hours already? Lol. Tacos. It was the tacos. Now every time I go by a Taco Bell, I think Striker. It's crazy. Tacos. One of the Strikers having tacos tonight. Alvin Medina, I went into a DGen portal. How to get back? Light the way, turkey leg or something. Your friend Medina. P.S. Don't listen to Sean. I'm still holding Mandy Coin because of you. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mandy Coin. Is that? I can't remember if it was like worth $1 at one point, right? My bag was. It went down to $1. I can't remember if I actually just sold out that $1 and I was consolidating one night, and I think I did because I don't see it on there anymore. Mandy Coin, man, I wonder that guy. I don't ever see that guy anymore. Does he still do his stuff? I'm curious now. I gotta find out. Hey, this is Joe from Trade Intuition right there. I don't know if he's in the chat or not, but fellow YouTuber buddy of mine over here teaches TA2 thought processes behind what he's doing there. Support resistance trading. Great channel to follow, man. If you want to learn something, get some good foundations. He explains himself very well, has cleanest charts I think in the business. Joe, check him out. Why we come over here? Oh yeah, we're going to look at it was PMG, Project Moon Gold. Are they still crypto? Okay, let's try that. Is he still doing stuff? I don't see. Is he gone? I don't see. What's this? That's what he looks like right here. PMG Crypto, that was 3 months ago, but where's his channel? That's interesting. So, I mean, he was up and coming kind of a crypto guy, but you know, he was doing the things that you do to make money on the YouTube rather than actually doing through the trade. You know, the subscriptions and that, but he come up with these little things like, well, I guess he's not there anymore. So he came out with this coin, named it after his girlfriend at the time. Yeah, well, anyway, you guys can Mandy Coin. I'm sure there's probably videos on there. Am I just? Oh, am I in the wrong section? Am I? No, I got it all right. Videos. It keeps giving me. Okay. Yeah, Mandy Coin to the next 100x gem. Woohoo! Real world utility through AI and medical concierge. See the buzz. See how they see this is all hype. Anyway, that was an interesting fiasco that was happening there. Let me check this again. He's not here anymore. Yeah, I don't see him anywhere at all. All right, well. And so that's how the spiral starts down. Start down the wrong road, and then it kind of leads you in places you didn't really want to go. And now he's gave up a growing channel, and he had some decent TA skills. I was always kind of, you know, sometimes it was like, bam, if it does this, it's going to fly. It's going to the, you know, very the language kind of used would entice emotion to people and make people want to go in. And you know, if you look at a lot of DGen projects, you get a lot of DGen people. You know, I'm a DGen. I'll admit that I have DGen tendencies. I still have them even after all these years in crypto. Even how many? Oh my God, it's been over a decade in crypto. Although it's been I was a very retarded learner. Can we say that these days? I rode the yellow bus in crypto for a long time. I was helmet boy. I was well, now the algorithm hates me. And probably some of you do. I didn't mean anything bad about it, but it's the truth. I did ride the yellow school bus in the crypto train. And until finally one day, I had to sit down and tell the market, hey, market, you're going to give me back everything that you took from me Yeah, I want to figure this crap out. Yeah, I'm taking it back plus interest. I'm going to tax your ass, and I'm going to have to tell it again, that same stuff, because it's got a lot to do over these next few months to make daddy happy. Ladies and gentlemen, what the hell is this turkey talking about? We need to start looking at some altcoins, man. Did you guys put any in your list? Because I got a few to look at. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and look at Bonk, because Bonk's been hot. Lucky it was hot, now it's not hot. So we got this 618 area right up here at 42.16, and we're hanging around at 32.44. Kind of missed that so far. Can we go up and hit it on the weekend? Maybe, yeah, we could. I hope that you're still doing this parabolic thing. Do you see a rounding shape we got going on here? It's on the 4-hour time frame. Now, usually when I draw these, I curse the project. Not intentionally, but as soon as I put these little suckers out and see that they line up all nice and purty like this, it usually decides, well, we've been found out, it's over, it's done with. And then they, through the bear market, whenever these things would present themselves, yeah, that's where, because I draw it out and then it would break it, and then it does what they always do, which looks usually a lot something like this. So if we break a parabola, we don't want to say, oh man, I got it at a good price. I bought it cheaper, because that's the biggest thing that happens when you get on something like that. When you're doing the curve up here, when you lose that, it feels like, oh man, I want to buy in. Well, you'll be buying in for a while, because not only is it selling down in most cases, it's also going to have to spend some time to reaccumulate. So there'll be a slow little sideways period somewhere that you probably you really don't want to set through. It's best, in my personal experience, when they do the curving parabolic move and they finally do lose their levels, whether it's I don't really like to go by this one so much as I do the old trusty trend lines. You can get you a nice trend line idea. Definitely if you break that one, it's over, but you can get some other ones in here, which this one seems to be broken already. So in my personal opinion, this move might be ready to give it up. It's a warning sign, the first warning signs. It can wick down here, maybe continue. We'll see. We'll see if we can jump back into this yellow dashed line grace there, because it's not always perfect, but when they are perfect, or when they do work, they work pretty well. Usually these parabolic moves, we start looking at them in a series of stages, and they can have, like, usually we look for 5 stages with the blow off top. Is that the blow off top? Usually they look even better than that, but it can vary. But we look at kind of the little levels that we're going through here, and it can be tricky. It's kind of subjective, for real. I'd be looking at this, and this as a second step, and I don't know about that. Maybe this one would definitely be a third or fourth. It gets it's very subjective at that point. There's not a really clear, I've never found any clear instruction or guideline for how to really understand the stages in the parabolic move. Everybody just shows up the graph and says, look, there it is, and go by a picture. And that's the truth of it. That's what everybody does. The best thing I've ever found was Fibonacci's. And what that tells me is that, this area right down here, 29, 25 in that area could be tested again, and hopefully it will hold, meaning that if Bonk were to come down here, we need to see it bounce, because if it start breaking that and going underneath it or do some crazy stuff out of character, we might want to be out of it for a while. Make sure that we got paid. Sucks, she's already dropped so much from our all-time high, or from the latest high. She's already down 20%. And I find myself even at this, like, you're gonna take profits, but they're already down. Like that's the psychology thing that can get to you. It seems like we're down to take profits here, and it's not the best time at a bottom or support. That's why I'm hoping we get a little pump out of all the altcoins over this weekend to help layer out a little bit or de-risk a little bit. But if they start coming, even here at the line in the sand idea, where I got to do something, but broke my trend line, I need to take at least 20% something percent out of the game. So if I do go down here, that I'm not riding it down there. That's the mindset we gotta have, and it's hard sometimes. It is. Let me come back to the chat over here. Weren't we trying to get over here before? I don't think I said hello to everybody. We got Glitty Marshmallow in the house. How's it going, Glitty Marshmallow? I love turkeys and what? And doggy doge. 2 minute minimum 2 minute warning. My hammer is not a hammer. We got MG Motorsport. How's it going? Glad to have you here. Would help if I unmuted my sound. Lol. I'm not muted, am I? Hope not. That used to happen to me a lot. Now that I talk about it, it probably will happen again. Is this the chop zone again? Time to chase scalp impulsively? Just kidding. I think it might be. I think if you've been watching me for the last month or so, between it's coming up between between the 17th and 23rd in that area, I'm looking for maybe even a drop. And I'm just watching to see if that starts to play out. I will tell you that today, the 18th, and I think I might have quoted this wrong yesterday, but today's the official day that Mercury turned retrograde, and that's why my thumbnail's got a picture of Mercury, if you caught it. And he is headed the... oh no. Well, I guess I can't show it, can I? Oh well, screw it. But he's faced the wrong way, so ha ha ha. All right, dude. But anyway, Mercury going in retrograde does kind of lead to chop a lot in the market from what I've seen. You don't have to believe it. We'll just see what happens over the next... oh, well, Mercury in retrograde can last for about 3 weeks. It's kind of... I've talked about it before. I don't need to get into it again, but I pay attention to it. Let's say we got Board PC Guy. Speaking of coffee, Ultra Lib Art Centers have amazing coffee. Just had the best flat white of my life today. Man, I used to have to go to these, when I worked in jewelry and everything and management and whatever, I used to have to go to these meetings sometimes. We'd have these meetings at a hotel for the district and whatever. And there was this one hotel we'd meet at and meet in the room, and they'd have coffee there. And I swear it was different from any other. I mean, it tasted like coffee. It tasted good, but it gave you a buzz. I mean, like I felt like they were putting something in there almost, because I was like, this is good coffee. It was weird. And there's been no other place that's had that same feeling when I drank their coffee. But it's like one little cup and you're, ooh, I'm wired. Yeah. I think they put something in there. Kelly Pant, how's it going? How hard is it to change is it a tire? A tire. It is a tire. It's generally not too bad. K Diggity, I find that turkeys give really good training advice. Oh, well, thank you, K Diggity. OG1, isn't it a bullish sign because the Genius Bill passed? You would think, right? But this is also an opportunity for market makers to get out there and start playing with their heads, especially on the weekends. I hope I hope it continues to make us go up, right? I hope it does. This is the liquidation heat map, and I'm going to refresh that. I could have refreshed it over here. Stupid. What are we on, the 12? I want to go with the 12 hour. I'm on Model 1. I like Model 3, really. So some liquidity up here, or that means there's some orders up there that we could go grab at about 119, or even down here 116. Well, so that's a big hit. We're just kind of stuck in the middle, and we could do either way or both. I want to take you over to Model 3. And I think is it a 48 hour one? That's the only thing about it. I like this one better though. So this goes over a 48 hour time span here, focusing on it, and it's got some up around 121, where should be the biggest, right? If I zoom this thing out, that's where the most liquidity is. And if I kind of take this little slider up here at the top and slide it over to the left, it kind of narrows it down. The liquidity threshold is what it is. So But pulling it all the way over to the right, it shows that the biggest orders are probably stop losses, liquidation points, and just general sell orders happening right there about 121. So if that's true, what we do is usually go up to it. We may run up there. However, since we're so close to this little pocket down here about 116.6, you know, it might be like Pac-Man. It's kind of like Pac-Man is how I kind of look at it. The little price goes through, comes down and eats wherever there's some little yellow streaks, comes down here and eats them, and then soon we'll, oh look, there's the big yellow dots over here, so we might come down and swipe up this little and go grab that and go. Yeah, that sound effects. My sound effects for Pac-Man suck, but they are free. Not charging anybody for those. I'm just saying, copyright. No copyright restrictions whatsoever on the sound effects I just delivered to you. You can use them freely. Just record them and put them on your podcast for free. I will not charge you. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm just saying. That's what I do for you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't see nary one coin request over here. Bullish on parade, Ave Mandicoin, as in PMG and Lady Lunch. Yeah, that one, right? Josh from PMG disappeared. Josh, that was his name, right? Yeah, Josh, if that was even his real name, there you go. Good comeback. I bet the tattoos were 10. Oh my gosh. Maybe it was AI rug, everyone. Avi Menendez says, wow, they really got rich. Nah, not really. I don't think so, but it's crazy when every rug pull follows the same thing. It is so crazy. Every time that, once you see that tweet goes out, oh, there was a hack. I'm like, oh, girl, there was a rug. There was an exploit. What? Everything is fine. We're doing our, every one of them follows the same playbook, man. I don't know. Maybe, I know for when they're, you know, not legit projects and when it's been a real rug pull, we've established the little protocol that they seem, little checkbox that they seem to check off. And then now for the ones that fall down that are not rug pulls and actually try to do something, I don't know. I'm still looking at OM Mantra DAO that way. I'm like, yeah, well, where you are not, because you look like a rug pull. I'm just saying. That was beautifully. Just let it get up to $9 and then take it to 30 cents right there. Hello, microphone. Is this thing on? Kelly says, what's going on with Solana and Sui? Let's take a look. Hey, Solana. What you doing over here? How high did you get over here on Coinbase? 184? I just don't think I'm taking enough profits, ladies and gentlemen. I just don't. But here's what I'm talking about. What we're trying to keep our eye on right here. This. So when we're playing our fibs and our fib strategy and everything, you know, we're always looking for some certain areas for certain things to happen. A lot's what happens over here at the 618. And see, we came here and fumbled around there, but eventually broke through it, right? And well, then the other areas that we normally reverse at, well, the first one's the 786, right? But, you know, we got rejection there. We pushed on through it. Second area is here. So if we're going to come up for a lower... These are the areas for a lower high, because you know we're in a trend, high, low, high, low. This is what we do. We got certain areas to get past 236, 618. Get past that, and then it can look promising, right? But usually that's where a lot of people are shorting, and you could be doing something like this. So we don't know. We watch, right? So we went through that. We still haven't knocked out this high over here. So what we came through this one. This is the next one that we look at for something bad to happen, or not something bad, but a pivot point. And that's normally, we see that a lot. It just goes up to this one and then that's it. That's why it's a great profit taking place. But if she's trying to do something and make a higher high, which is what we want. Remember, we got a high, a low. We're looking for that higher high, right? In order for that to happen, well, she has to go through our pivot points now, and that could be a little give and take, some zigzag or whatever to do that. But once we get up to this area, the 786 and 886 area, what I like to look for is to see what happens. Do we get kind of stuck in there in range a little bit? Do we consolidate there? If we start consolidating there and still hold this guy, and maybe we even pull a short-term fib just to kind of gauge that, you know, our 382 area is coming right there. That kind of common for what we're doing right now. You see a lot of confluence right here. So this 174 dollar area, if it can hold, then yes, I'm loud, yes, I'm baby, let's do it. We might be looking at 196, $200 here, and start working our way up to 218 to that bigger target right there. In other words, if we can get past that little, if we can consolidate, flag out, however you want to interpret it, look at it, if we can manage to get past here and go past this high, then it's on. If not, then this could be our lower low or double top, and we come down. So that's why we look at these places to get paid. And so if we sit here, and this is what I'm struggling with, well, if I'm up here and I don't get paid, I ride the roller coaster down. So I've got to, after the stream tonight, go over my account again and make sure that I'm shorting or getting paid. Either for me, I get to I do spot margin, so I get to borrow tokens on my account and then sell them spot. That's how that kind of works. That's why I prefer that trading style, but it's very flexible and a lot more forgiving than perpetual futures. But I can layer in like this and pyramid some sales in just in case we do spike up and do something. And if it looks like, oh man, we're getting bullish and going to keep on going, when we do a retracement, well then I can, you know, get back in or buy more or whatever at that, make that decision at that point. But until the meantime, I can just take whatever I get out of it. All right, 19 people hanging out. Sorry, I'm not trying to bore you with all my little whatever spot margin tails. Solana. So I'm looking for her to range out. If she stay above 174, 175, right in that area, I would hope. Hopefully not drop below 168. That would suck. That would be trying to give back this. You've also got some other ideas. A lot of people will be seeing some type of inverted head and shoulders, kind of squint your eyes a little bit. But yeah, there's one there possible with a neckline right here. Right there at 168. So we don't want to lose that. And what was the what was that one say? Stays at 34 cents and it was up to 39. Still in some sweet profit taking places. If you think about it, we're right back where we were when we pumped up just a week ago when it was pumping up. Woohoo! Oh my God, Say's doing awesome. We're still right here. We're still right in that area. So psychologically, I mean, factually, we're still at a good take profit area. You're still in that little range. Psychologically, you're like, no, I gotta wait. I think I can go higher. At least that's what my little degen says, little liar. Anyway, so this is the 382 fib. We're just stair stepping up. We got past this one. That's how we do it. Look to get past here, and then we're looking up here, and then if we get rejected there, we might be coming back down. And in theory, we could come all the way back down and touch this guy again. So you can look at this horizontal, or we got a diagonal channel going. So a lot of times we'll respect that before, usually that establishes where your higher low is going to be in most cases. That's why we use it, and we'll respect that line. It can wick down and touch this, and we can still. 2 rules of thumbs, okay? You just got to work with them. Either play this as a range. We come all the way back down here. Sometimes it can. Sometimes it respects the trend line. Fibs and trend lines, man. I use them both together. It changed my life. I like them. Makes up the bulk of what I do. Just saying. Apparently, right now, one could argue that we have broken this trend line, retested it, and should be coming down a little bit. So we might be coming back down to 30 cents on say. I'm just saying. Haha. That joke, yeah, it does get old. But as far as the trend line goes, I'm kind of counting this as a 1 hump, a 2 hump, and maybe we'll get another 3 hump and come up to 50 cents before our dump. That's what I'm hoping. But it's also good to zoom out and remember where we come. Nice W pattern, and we haven't had a really solid retest. And that is where eventually, wherever it happens, whether it happens now or if it happens later, to come back and retest this area down here about 28 cents. So we just because we broke out of that area, broke out of this zone, and we at some point we should probably come back and make sure that we can bounce off of there. That's solid. That's what a lot of people don't. I don't see a lot of people. What the hell is this? What the hell? Oh my God! What did I? What is this? I found this stuck to my behind or my leg. What the? It's sticky and it's shaped like a butterfly. What the hell? Now I'm sticky. That's gross. Anyway, hey, squirrel! 24 people hanging out with me. So glad to have you here. All right, I can't seem to just look at coins. Can't I? I seem to get off into all the TA stuff and all the ideas. I don't know is that good or bad. I don't know. Would you rather just see some more straight things? Because we could do that. I mean, there is a possibility we could just come in and we can just draw flags on everything. Look, it's flag to the upside. That happens a lot. We could just go, hey, well, just squeeze the little tip there, put it into and look. I mean, we could just do this all day. Next coin, SPX. Well, we're going to pretend we're going to project. We're going to project, and then we're boom. How about this one over here? Oh man, I ran out of them. How about Doge? Well, it's up here. We just flag her out. Wait for it to touch that 21. All right, so yeah, send me your $10 super chat so I can do TA for them. Yeah, let me draw a flag on here. Dogecoin is at an area of resistance right now that you wouldn't know about unless you're following the original trend line that we broke, retested bearishly, and came back up. Now, that's a hell of a bear trap idea, and I would think that's a stretch. I mean, I guess on any technical level, it can be. And it's also at an area of resistance. It would be more likely to be resistant, especially with these moving averages all down here, that we come back down and retest those, and then for it to be a bear trap and go, woo, we're going to the upside. So you got that idea, but if you're in the flag school of thought, you know, and maybe here on the 1 hour, maybe she'll try to do something. But eventually those flags kind of have diminishing returns. You have to be cautious with them in areas of resistance. I don't think that's talked about. We are also at now here's this example that we were talking about a few minutes ago. What could be some exceptions to those rules? We're between the 886 and 786 right here. Remember we talked about if we get up above that and we consolidate, and it's worth looking at. So, and couple that with the roundedness that we got going on right here. See that parabolic possible move there? I'm getting lazy in my chair here. Now, to me, realistically, I would think that she would get rejected there, come back, and then try to go up. That's what I'd be looking for. But right now, it looks like she's trying to do the flag pusher's dream right now and just flag to the upside and break out. Maybe. It's kind of tricky. It's kind of reminiscent of what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now, too. So a little tricky here. You got a high, and then you came down, then you got a higher high, and then you came down for a lower low, and those get tricky AF. Because if you're following your candles and actually drawing the trend lines, you're getting really an opening, broadening pattern just for the local moves, right? The local trend lines. And this technically is a continuation pattern, believe it or not. 60% chance that it would continue up to the upside. However, just like the other patterns that I don't like, those symmetrical triangles, well, this is kind of like a reverse symmetrical triangle, and that's cool because it can expand and everything, but it can take you on a rabbit run too. So this was not as trustworthy per se if you're looking at that idea, or if it does get up, you know that you can see some higher highs and still come back down. It could be fun, but it could be tricky. But what a lot of people like to do is, in a situation like that, instead of taking from lower high to a higher high on that, they're like, I don't know what to do with that. I got a wick, and then I got this, and I'm like, I don't is this? And I'm like, well, that's closer. Or they'll take a, from this area, and then you'll do this. And to some degree, yeah, you do have that. You could say you do have that channel at the moment. Doesn't mean that that's going to hold, though, and it could come up. I mean, we could get some other shapes here. That's what I'm trying to say. Because this already set us up saying we still got this area up through here. What about this area? So this might be an area we get rejected. If we do, okay, cool. Maybe we are establishing the channel. If not, then who knows, man? We could go all over the dang place. So what do you do, Road Dog? Well, I use other trend lines, man. I tried to stay away from those little, trying to pinch the tips and put everything into a local pattern. It's best if you see what the bigger pattern is it not? I mean, I think so. Or at least the bigger trend, right? And that's where this trend line comes in. That's why this one's so... That one tells me, man, I've got a range down here that... yeah, she could. I could see. I could see this coming down there. Yeah. So it gives me, and if we break it, then I got a line in the sand to give me a clear direction that telling me I got to do something. I got to make a decision. We're just not going to look at price. Oh, anyway. So with Dogecoin, where we are at 24 cents, we're in a curious area between our 786 and 886 fib area. If we do consolidate here and respect this trend line, meaning that maybe we do that. Well, isn't that the same as doing the projection with the twisted sister? I'm like, yeah, this would be an argument for when that might be a valid time to use it. That would be a good argument to try to use that kind of technique when you find yourself betwixt the 886 and the 786. But the biggest thing is it going to break this trend line? If it breaks that trend line, I count it over. Any flag to the upside is, in my opinion, invalidated. You got something else going on. All right, but in the case that she does go up here and we do clear this area, then we can start looking at almost at 29.30 cents. Sounds awesome, and maybe even higher. That's the cool thing out of Doge that I've got. So she's trying to go do something nice and parabolic with a nice little rounding move. Hopefully she can, but this is strong resistance. This should be strong resistance, not just for FIDs, but also from the trend line, which has been resistance, right? This should be strong resistance. We should actually get rejected here. So all eyes on Doge. She's at that point. It's like it's either going to be bullish or bearish. We are on the razor's edge of making a decision right here. So when we knock out 25, it is on. I believe that we have a strong move. I'm not going to sit here and say we've got past 25. It's going to fly, because I don't know what it's going to do. It should be a strong move, but I can't sit here and... How the hell can I promise we're going to fly up to 35 cents? I got targets up there. I got fib areas up there, but we don't know. We don't know. And I think it's responsible for us to admit that and explain that often. And try to change the narrative of how TA is done here on YouTube and in general, because you get the newer people to come in and get excited and want to be gurus, and some of them actually get to take off and get a following and everything because of the personalities and whatnot. But that emotional control and some of that maturity, just to realize that the followers are just hanging on to your every word. That new person, you can wreck that new person by getting into your ego or feelings and stuff and getting too excited about this. So I try to keep bringing that up to the forefront. That's very important to me, to do that, and not to try to get people enticed to things or to get into a position or anything. If it's good, I'm going to tell you what I see, and that's basically all I do or try to do. That's all I should do. An analyst, a TA analyst, like, you know, especially in media, it should be along the lines of journalism. We're here to report, you know, journalism. And I do have a degree in that, by the way. So I got a little, I understand how that industry works. But we report the facts and not so much editorialize it, throw in our own thoughts and emotions and opinions. So even though we do, I'll tell you, I mean, we'll tell you my opinions about the things, but it's an editorial piece. But you need to rely on the facts rather than, I feel like this one's going to be a good one to get in. I just got a feeling. I like this one. This is my favorite one. I like the logo. The website looks cool. It's going to be a winner. I mean, anybody can have any kind of reason why they like a coin and think it's going to do good. And most of the time when you look at it, there's really not much there. Either for them to like the coin or in the project itself a lot of times, or even just to make that decision. You know, I heard somebody else talk about it. Happens to me. So how I got into Toshi, I heard somebody else talk about it. I wasn't looking at that sucker. I wasn't going to play it. This is a nice idea right here. Look at that breakout. Now that's legit. So I zoomed out. I'm on a bigger time frame, 8 hour. You can get so much better information on the bigger time frames. They're going to guide you. Now, some people out here teaching you, and they're even starting to backtrack a little bit, you know, to go with the smaller time frames to guide you. We use those as a microscope just to zoom in, see what's going on, get all the juicy gossip for what we found on the bigger time frames. This is a nice big double ass bottom here on Dogecoin. I gotta say, that looks good. That is a bottom, right? I got a brassiere. I can bring that out if that's what that. I can't really tell yet. Do we need to bring out the pasties? I don't know. But anyway, it's a nice breakout. But the rule of the game is, hey man, we got to take out this. I can't draw a straight line to save my life. This area right here, 26. We need to go out and make a higher high, preferably head up to that 30-cent area we're talking about. That's what it needs to do. That's what we need to do. And then that will confirm. I can't draw a line to save my life tonight. That will confirm this double bottom idea we got here. Or if you do it the way that I've, you know, will also explain it. Another way I'll also explain it. So you really got a sideways channel. And with those sideways channels, you also get a measured move. And that suggests that we can come up to right around 36 cents. If we play that idea. And looking to the left, you see, well, that makes sense. That comes right in here where we flagged out. We ran up, flagged out, and then that became resistance. And even still resistance there. All through here. It's a lot of commotion, a lot of back and forth through here. What's the word I'm looking for? Not consolidation. Congestion is what I'm trying to say. Not a congested area. We look for these little congested areas where there's a lot of sideways and blah. Man, my pajamas are still sticky. I got sticky pajamas, and that don't sound right. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Son? Looks like it might be some time for, I don't know. I think it might be a time just to chill and have some good ass coffee. Good ass coffee. Get yours today. This is why I can't go to sleep at night. This is why I'm up to 6 in the morning. I figure it out, but here I am yet doing it again because it's just some good ass coffee, folks. It was good ass hot chocolate until I got a belly on me, and then I quit that. We looked at this coin, I believe we looked at it last night, if I'm not mistaken. This was the moonshot from Tokenmetrics when we were looking at some of these. Here's last night or night before, but this is mine. We got you over here. Is this the one? Do I not have? Was it Mexi? I'm trying to find the actual. Okay, well, I guess I can't find where we charted it. It's at 41 or 4.1 cents now. This is 8-hour candle. So we're looking at it when she was consolidating through here. So she was still around 3.5 cents, best I can remember. So nice. It looks like it's made its little breakout. This would have been this coming down smaller time frame. This would have been the idea, you know, following the bottom trend line, you know, in case she wants to come down. And then we started seeing, oh man, we're starting to deviate here a little bit, right? We followed this one and then it came down here. We had to give it a little allowance. So establish this, came back and respect it. That's just what I do. But after it ran up over here and started coming down and whatever and established, we got this trend line, okay? So we draw a white line and it got a breakout, in other words, right? So awesome. And it seemed to have done pretty good. Could you have taken a measure move from that? You can. You take measure moves from just about anything if you, and put it there. And look, that did very, very well. I would say that was like it nailed it territory there at 4.7 cents to do that. So in hindsight, that's what we got going on there. In current sight, this is what we got going on. We got a new juicy ass channel going on right here. You see that? Now we can bounce off these walls, ups, downs, and just keep on going forward until that channel breaks either to the upside or downside. They usually break to the downside, but you usually get a little bit of mileage before they do. And Mr. Vine, which is the one of the moonshots. What the hell is this thing? Why are you there? This is the old butt crack area at 9.2 cents. That's where we need to be headed. In the bigger scheme of things, when we see these bottoming patterns here, these double bottoms, and what I call a big butt crack. If these are bottoms, that's got to be the butt crack. Is what I'm thinking. The plumber's crack. I mean, that plumber's crack is the target, man. It needs to come. That's its sole mission at this point in the game, is just to get back up there. Because if we can get past that, then maybe we can go higher. If we can't get past that, then well, this is probably cooked. So it's all about getting up and back to there, and that's a good double up from where we are now, man. That's 127% gains. It might take it a while to get there. But where it is right now, we just cleared our 236, so we just graduated out of kindergarten, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, buying coin. You are ready to go to the next grade level. Look at him grow up. Wasn't too long ago when he was just down here pooping in his britches at 2 cents, and here he is already doubling up here and going to the next grade. Oh my goodness, they grow so fast. So we're looking at a 5-cent target next, and 5 cents and 5.8. Pretty juicy. We almost tapped it. We got rejected there. Didn't get to tap it, but then again, that's kind of creepy to have a little first grader coming up and trying to tap you like that. So I can't blame this. Common Sliver when they're 23. So will Vaughn ever make it to 23? That would be cool right now. I'd like to see it get up to at least 6.5 cents. That's a possibility. What we got going on over here? A bunch of rejections. What you got going on over there, man? You're trying to hem us in over here. Trying to block us. Price block us there at 5.8 cents, baby. So that's some decent targets to look at. Can you make it? Is it worth it? What's that? 30, 40%? All right. So to me, I can see Vine trying to struggle however it wants to do it to get up through here, but then again, it's going to struggle there too. So maybe 30% gains to give back some, and then, so I don't know. Is she still trying to work her little bottom magic here? And you can see it's a zigzag process, however it wants to do it until we get back up here. And then we could start shooting around 13, 14 cents, but it's a meme coin. It's a useless meme coin, but it is. I like the chart. I gotta say, I like the chart. Hey, we just got some kind of activity over here. What happened? The fan Funday. Goody Marshmallow, the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time on Doge. It helped, did it? Well, that's cool. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Well, I don't know what helped, but if you got something from it, well, that serves its purpose. That's what I'm here for, just to share some ideas that some of you guys might be familiar with what I go with. Some of you guys might look at that and say, that's not for me, dude. That's just too DGen. That's crazy. You suck, Road Dog. I don't like the way you do that. And that's cool, too. You can still hang out with me, and we're all cool. And then some of you guys like, I'm kind of new to this, and I just need some thought process or something explained a little bit better than everything being a flag to the upside, because that sucks. Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully I give something of value for each stream, and I tell myself maybe that's why I go on tangents or something with explaining this stuff. Hopefully. Another one that was popping off is Luna. Is this it? Terra Luna? Are you serious? Really? Okay, let's take a look at Luna. Little DJ. This is the coin that crashed the market. That made millionaires go on unemployment. This was the coin that tripped everything up in the market and made UST worth nothing. Stable coin depeg and just crashed us all again. Crash after crash. Unwind the market here. For some reason, it turned into a trader coin. It's just a little degen trader coin. It will never ever be worth anything ever again. Most likely because it's scarred for life and it had an issue of failure. There's even better ways to do things, and that wasn't the greatest way, obviously, if it crashed the dang market. Right now, we can look for it to maybe get really 28 cents. I can't believe that I can't even believe you were at $1. Really? When was this? Really? But if you zoom out, you can see it's, what it's done over the past, I don't know, past 3 years. It's just been on pretty much going down little, slow draining until it's hardly anything at all. But this one's getting some popularity right now. I would highly recommend it's a degen play. If you want to, if you like to gamble and want to try to make 200% on this, where you could be in a more solid project, that if it more solid, maybe work out better for you or faster. But Luna is kind of hot. I'm not going to mess with it. This is on a double bottom like the other things we looked at, but she's got a lot to recover, man. I don't see that one being worthwhile. Better coins to put your money in for real gains over this last little leg. If there's anything to learn right now, is to be more picky about what projects that you get in or add your money to, or maybe even consolidate down to, because we are in the last phase of this market, and it kind of sucks when I look back and how long I've waited in anticipation, and then see how altcoins just keep giving back everything, and now they're still at lows. A lot of them are still at lows, with a few exceptions that are up some, but they're still not up anywhere near where they were last cycle or even earlier in this cycle. I think they will come back. I'm sure we're in that stage where it seems like almost seems like I can't see how that's going to happen, but it does come in. The market will go crazy when retail comes in. Retail's not here yet. After all this Genius Bill and Act and all this other stuff gets sorted out, regulation and everything starts, give it a little time. We probably will. And I wouldn't doubt that our real altcoin season may actually run into early 2026. The real altcoin season comes at the end of the market usually, and traditionally it would happen after Bitcoin tops, okay? And then there's a few weeks where money is rolling over into altcoins, and then we got a short little window just to say, oh baby, because the new people coming in are like, I guess everybody's buying altcoins. Look, altcoins are going crazy now. I don't care if Bitcoin's going down, we're all going in altcoins. Yay! I'm so happy I found crypto last week. This is awesome. Now it's my turn to make money. And then the market's over and like, oh, welcome to the club, welcome to crypto. You bought the top. It's your initiation. Suckering in the next generation, I guess, but it happened to all of us, and we got the bug. And look at you, Decred, slowly trying to do it. You just ain't hit my $250 target yet, but you're at 16, and that's a lot better than 11, so I can't bitch about you, Decred. I was just planning on buying more at 11, but you never came back down. I mean, I don't know if I want you to come down or not anymore. Maybe we should just keep going your own way. Just keep moving. Let's see, we can come to the bottom of the chat here. Quitting Marshmallow says our charts are starting to match. Cool. Well, if you're starting to see a lot of the same ideas that I'm showing on here, and you're seeing them on your own, that means you're picking this stuff. It's starting to make sense to you now, and you'll start having your own ideas, and you'll start seeing your own little. You're already seeing that yourself, and you're getting more confidence into yourself and your own little system of TA and the rules. And hopefully, I've shared some decent rules because I've tried to make sure that they're accurate rules, not just pulling things out of my ass. And it's like, look, this happens 70% of the time. This happens 90% of the time. And we can give you some good information and good resources to give you that solid foundation. Because that's what it's about. If you get the solid foundation, then you can build on it and discover the mysteries of all this stuff. Kind of like how I did with the fibs, running down that rabbit hole. I mean, it may have a special way that it makes sense to me that's different from somebody else. But that's mine, That's how it speaks to me. It's what works for me, and I try to share what I've learned. And I think that I do bring something to the market because I don't see other people explain it this way. I think some of them use it the same way, but I don't ever see them explain to make it easier for somebody else that wants to learn fibs. Come in. Oh, I can just watch this guy and learn how to do fibs right. I want to be that guy or a guy. There's people that use them different than I do. I don't know. It's the coffee. It's the good ass coffee. It makes me talk stupid. I motorboated my coffee. I'm just saying. Get your good ass coffee today. Apparently, I need a coffee sponsor. Oh, snap. Well, there's the old thumbnails. All right, so let me come back to the chat. Hello, chat. I focused on Vera Network more. How's it doing? Hey, Rishi John, you're awesome, Turkey. Hey, you're awesome, Rishi John. OG1. What's up? Rishi John says, "What's up, Turkey? Looks like we got that stupid drop." Yeah, it definitely looks like a correction. Where was it, Striker? Where you say Vera Network? My chat moved, and oh, there it is. I focused on Bara Network. I want to look at that one. So, let's see. Let's go to Bitcoin real quick here on 4 hour. See where we are, and zoom out just a little bit. Let me go over a few ideas here on Bitcoin, if you don't mind, on the bigger picture. As we go into the weekend, I like to use the 4 hour. Moving averages look good. Hey, man, those look great. 800, 600, 300, 200. They look good. That's strong. We flipped them positive through all this, and that's looking great. Trend line wise, I mean, we're going from this bottom up to there. So we've got a couple of trend lines. Now, when we look at it from this aspect on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, what I do like is that we got this big old move up. That was a nice sizable waves. It looks like there's more than 3 there. Then we got our correction, ABC correction down. So we got our one hump. And then what did we do? We start the whole thing all over. We did. Elliott had like all these waves, right? And then we did our ABC correction right here. And came back and we established this trend line. And now we start a whole new wave. Now, if this is 1 and 2, technically, if this is going to be 3 and 4, this one should be a big ass one. And maybe that $140,000 area would be. And then we get another pullback. And then we come up and either double top or go higher for a blow off top or whatever we're going to do for our bigger wave here, right? That's the theory or the process behind this. And it's pretty cool. I mean, the market does respect those ideas a lot. But here for this move that we are on now, so we've already got the 1 and 2 out of the way, right? Now we're watching, repeating the process, right? And now we're going to start this big one, and it should end up being a nice big wave, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to have some movements in between, right? And some pullbacks there too. Let's turn on Elliott and see. Elliott should be having an ABC correction, I believe. Oh, well, oh, shoot. Elliott, you counting that? What the hell? Sometimes we argue. You're counting what? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I guess that works. That technically. Okay. Well, Elliot perceives this. He is in an ABC correction, but he's seeing this as being our 5th and final wave. I don't agree with that after I saw, you know what, I'm looking at a bigger scenario than what this thing's doing. Not that it's wrong or I'm wrong or we can both be right. But yeah. We went from 97,000 up to 122. It's time for a pullback. Elliot suggesting about 113. I got a target at that exact area right there. And then he's got one a little bit below mine. He's got one back at 108, back where we had all this congestion over here. So let me turn Elliot off. Zoom out just a little bit on the 4 hour. Go from swing low to swing to, I mean, we went up here, right? We went from low to high, and this was giving us our target areas right here. Okay, the 272. This is a shortcut method right here to figure stuff out. The 272 gave us the area where we could go it up to and find some serious rejection, as well as this area right over here. But now that we've done that, let me get that back on there. Why'd you go somewhere? Oh, there we are. But now we came back and did all this and we got a higher high. So, okay, we got our bottom in. We'll just take this little guy because this is still the same move, right? We're still the same bottom up to a newer high. Now we measured that one. And this is why I've got this little dotted red line over here. This is our 236 fib from that bigger pull. And I would expect that if we do come down, that I got 111, 112 area. And the purple line, I'll show that to you in a minute. That's from this bottom up to here. That's the 50% mark. So we're getting some confluence in this area about 111, 112, and that would be coming back to retest here. And that makes sense. If we come up to an area that we come back, retest it before we go up. So I do see that kind of happen, the possibility of that happening over this next week up into the 23rd, 26th. What do you suggest over here? Yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh. I think even if we take a trend line and kind of just project, we just kind of project the trajectory that we're in on right here and see where that takes us right around. Oh, that's August. No, Friday, the 1st of August. So this takes us right to the end of July, and you know we can zigzag. We could be there soon. I'm looking around the 23rd, 26th. Probably, I would dare say maybe now I'm just coming in and tying some things together, trying to be Nostradamus. I'm not trying to be Nostradamus for real, but I do see a tendency toward the end of July. We might get a little bit of a pullback down here, retest that trend line, and test 110. It could be, and it may be happening now, and what we might be looking at here over the weekend. I think I mentioned this earlier. We broke this main trend line, right? And it was holding pretty decent. We may be coming back up for a bearish retest and then do that. And that'll give all the shoulder head and shoulder people and all that stuff something that, even though it's a weird ass take on that, however they want to look at it. But we are in the middle of a green cloud here on the 4 hour. That's usually not good. We lost our levels. There's some crossing going on. There's a chance that we might bounce out of it. More than likely, we might come back up about 119. 119.5, 119.6 is what I'm looking at over this weekend. So I'm looking between tonight, maybe into Sunday. One scenario that we might just be popping back up here, 119.5, somewhere through there, and then rolling over to go lower. That's the pot for this next week. And I wouldn't doubt that we're going to see Russia do something kind of stupid that kind of gets the markets all wishy-washy. That's just what my intuition's. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm just getting some weird Spidey vibes about stuff. I hope I'm wrong. Spidey vibes does not need to be mixed with TA. We need to go with what the actual TA says, and we've lost the trend line, so that's your first thing. So just to reiterate on Bitcoin, a little pumpy bearish retest over this weekend is kind of what I see a good chance of happening, then lower. Of course, the other scenario is that they just bounce us out of this red cloud and then we just keep on going. And if that happens, you know, yeah, I'm not going to be pissed other than missing out on something. But yay, let's pump this little baby. Let's go to 140. But I'm just, what normally happens, rejection. Just saying. Great Marshmallow, Road Dog Crypto, wings down, number 1. Ha! Late to the party, did you look at Doge? We did. What in the world is going on? It looked pretty good, actually, on the bigger picture of things. Doge looked actually really good. Meet Damien, how's it going? Hola, Road Dog, showing my support. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate that.
For those of you that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
That little spook gets me every time. Every time. My heart's running 1,000 beats a minute right now. Trying to scroll back up. What Bullet Spray says, what's brown and sticky? A stick. That's a good one. That's really good. K Dignity says, I appreciate you not wrecking me for clicks and memberships. Trust only turkeys. Or only trust turkey. That's OTT. Jackson says, please start YFI. You know, I haven't seen that one. The last I saw was about 5,800. But I haven't charted that one in a while. I used to be in it, and I finally got out of it because, well, she's been down in this range for, seems like years. This one had good tokenomics. It may have changed a little bit, but at one time there was only 30,000 of these when it first came out. It sounded awesome. It was going to be, you know, the DeFi was coming out on Ethereum, and the fees were going to be shared. You could lock this up and earn money, and it just sounded amazing. People were making money hand over fist. I couldn't afford very much of it because it was crazy price, and couldn't afford the gas fees. But I finally finagled a bunch together, probably about $1,800 worth, paying $500 for gas fees just to make a transaction. It was stupid. I hated Ethereum back then, and a lot of people did because everybody was priced out except for the big money, the big people with money, and they were making a lot more bigger money. This was the rich getting richer back then. It sucked. But YFI, I mean, man, the chart pattern, it did the most beautiful textbook head and shoulders pattern I've ever seen back in the day, which played out beautifully. Textbook. So what can she do now? Man, she got his, where was this in December? It got up to 14,000. Did you really? And she went up there fast. So she can make some really good moves. And you can thank the tokenomics for that kind of things because there's such a low supply. But he getting back to, wanted to get up $64,000, $80,000. I don't know if she'll do that again, or at least not yet. Now, maybe after all this, all the clarity comes in, and, you know, we don't have Choke Point 2.0, Gary Gensler and everything coming out for coins just like this because they threaten the legacy system with what they can do, and then all it is. And I'm telling you, finance as we know it is about to change in a much better way, and a long overdue way. But the big boys had to fight tooth and nail to get their hands in and get their claws into it before they would let the rest of us enjoy it. Dirty bastards that they are. Hope you choke on it. We kind of need them to pump our bags now. So 66.51. Next target I'm looking for, but the sweet spot, man, it's going to be here at 10, believe it or not, 10,600. That's where she likes to range out through here. That's the one that's worth holding on for, just to get, you know, get a decent payday. She's also double bottoming down here, making a higher low, doing the, you know, juicy double bottom kind of figure there, which is awesome. Hasn't confirmed, but, you know, this is where we like to front run. Basically, anywhere under 66.5 by this Fibonacci pull high to low is the sweet spot where everybody, when it gets to 10,000, going to look and say, why didn't I buy more when it's down there? Now I'm chasing. So let everybody chase over there. and you kind of double up from where we are right now. That's 75% gains just to go there. Look how many times it's done it. It's even done better. I mean, this one is a great one until the day where, and it may be coming pretty soon, where it may actually go higher, but these are great, man. Go up to your 272, maybe your 414 if you want to do it, but it's rare that one would even get hit. You go up to your 272, man, and you just pull down as low as you want to, at least to the 0.5, man. Pyramid your orders out, man, at every fib that you get there. Boom, boom, boom. And then as this idea happens here, regardless, I don't know, the way the trend line is going, it may be a lower one, right? But imagine a scenario like this. You got your limit orders all set and ready to go there, and then it does what it does, and finally it breaks up here, and then it does that. Oops, I went too crazy. It does that move and it comes right back down just like it did over here before. And you got paid all the way. May not have hit these over here, but you made a good payday. It come back, and if you want to wash, rinse, and repeat, which is what people have been doing over here. If you can get in here, boom. You got more money to get in here. I mean, that's a easier said in retrospect and to draw it out than to actually go through it, unless you program a bot to do it for you. And that's what they're doing. To do it manually, oh, you got to fight with your emotions and everything, right? But all these places, and this is how you grow a bag, accumulate. Because this is, in the bigger scheme of things, is below a 236. This is the accumulation zone where you build a bag to where anywhere before 14,000 is a good place. And so when it gets up to 60,000, if it ever does, you look back and say, man, I should have accumulated there. So some different ways to look at that. This is on the daily, by the way, daily chart. Let's come down to the 4 hours, see something a little bit more relevant to what's going on here. Still below the 236, so this is accumulation right here. Higher lows, should be shooting for a higher high, so hopefully we'll break even above that. Hopefully, I like what I see on the moving averages. They're getting ready to flip bullish here. It's going to start looking better for YFI, so this is a good place if you're building a position. DCA dollar cost average in this range is a great way to build a bag here. I'm just saying. Pyramid up. Adeo Sabir says, hey Road Dog, can we get some analysis on Velvet? I don't know if I'm familiar. What is that? What is Velvet? It's at 8 cents. It's a $9 million market cap. Oh, okay, a billion supply. Infinity for maximum supply, so probably something we need to sort out there. Oh crap, they don't tell me what it does over here. Let's see, all-time high was 19 hours ago. Well, I can tell you it's an all-time low was 9 days ago. All right, so at the current moment is probably looks too high to buy, like you'd be chasing. The market cap is probably a decent one. I don't know what this coin does. It's got 1 billion. Chainlink also has 1 billion, just to give you an idea of a scale of what prices you could reach, but what kind of market cap you'd have to get to reach it. I wonder, what are you? Velvet.capital. Trade smarter with AI and grow your crypto portfolio. Well, that sounds interesting. I would probably get with Grok and have him, do a synopsis on it for anybody. If you're looking for good coin analysis, the easiest thing right now is getting with your AI like Grok, especially one that has access to current times and sentiment. And Grok's good for that because he's got Twitter, and Twitter's where you get a lot of coin information, right? Go on there and you'll get as much from him as if you had dug up your own and half-assed know what to look for. I mean, at least do that this cycle. Use some AI to give you some good feedback on some of these coins, and to help you navigate if you want to be in or not. This one looks interesting. It looks like it'd be interesting to look forward, and it's definitely in. Well, that looks good, actually. That looks like it'd be worth a deep dive. Velvet. I'm gonna write that one down. Let me look at that one later. We might do it. If I can remember, I might do a deep dive on it tomorrow with Grok or something like that. But right now, I just want to get a feel for it. What do you launch the app? What does the app do? Velvet Capital. Good morning. Let's get that 100x today. Well, let's do it. Just go ahead and give it to me. So you can trade trenches. Meme? What is this meme scope? Yield. So a nice little DeFi play. What was it? It was on. What does it say? Where was it? Is that Binance? Is that a Binance contract? Really? I normally like. Well, I'm kind of Is it Binance? Backed and trusted, available on Binance Labs, Base, Solana. Okay, are they going multi-chain? If they do that, I'm good. But just something that's solely on Binance is a little suspect to me. So I would like to see some more contract addresses over here, because anything that's just only Binance. Listen, Binance got a bad reputation last cycle for having a lot of scam projects and everything over there, and it still has that reputation. And Solana is probably building up a little bit of that this time. But from what I've seen, all the projects that I have are just only on Binance. I mean, they're lackluster in performance. It's just not the go-to chain to build stuff. Not yet. Maybe they'll change. I don't know, but that's not where all the action is. So we need some more Base, Solana, things on the, at least, they're working on those chains as well, right? Cross-chain. But that's interesting. I'm interested in this. Okay, let's take a look at Velvet. Take a look at the chart. It's on it's on a lot of exchanges here. We could have probably seen that the CoinGecko thing that we were just at. So here's the conundrum, right? She's only a $9 million market cap, and she's up. And a lot of people look, well, you'd have two choices on this. You look at it as an investment, and you just kind of DCA in and start nibbling now, which would probably be overall the smart thing to do, a time-based DCA. I think honestly, where this is, you would come out better doing that than trying to actually, work any kind of trade, because $9 million market cap, if it is going to do something, go to 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 500 million market cap, if it's going to do something like that, it has possibility to do that, right? It would be easy to get in the psychology of the trading here and think, I'm buying too high, buying too low, just DCA in, rather than going all in here and then watching some drawdown, because there can be some drawdown. And it just, it can come down, look, 50 or 40% just to come back down to 4.5 cents. And that can happen, right? Just the pattern alone we're in, this little idea that we're in a channel, is bearish, because they usually break to the downside. But it's just getting started to get some traction, and there's also some signs that, maybe we could look at it there too. It's making higher highs, higher lows, and that's good. We take these bodies to that one, so we see this kind of broadening out, and this wick just kind of confirmed that for me right there, going from bodies to bodies in that wick. So we're getting an opening broadening pattern, which is, or some people, that's a Livermore cylinder, well, whatever you want to call it. They all work the same. They accumulate through here, even the Elliott wave ones. They accumulate through here, and then hopefully it will break out to the upside, right, and go bullish. If not, then it may come back down and reaccumulate, and we do some kind of big ass double bottom situation. So, and that's why the DCA approach, I think, would be one of the best ones. Otherwise, looking at it for what you got right now, currently it looks like she's trying to break out. So if you're getting a trade on it, it does look like you got a confirmed breakout idea. Although you got a wick over here, so that kind of throws a little, just a, not a red flag, but just a, hey man, just keep your eye on it, because it could be part of something, a bigger scenario there. but the candle body closes and everything are suggesting a breakout. And well, I guess wicked off and gets candlestick and going back up there. It's that 9.5 cent area. I would be following this trend line right here. Let's color it red. I would be following that one, and if that one breaks, then we know that there's a good chance that this is coming down to test this one. Right now, it looks like she wants to come up and test that one. Oh, you did. You got the 113. All right, so I'm going to be looking for these guys right here. I'm looking for 10 cents. So for Velvet, the most likely scenario that I'm reading right now is that we will come up, maybe even go through that one since we already wicked up there before. 272 area at 10 cents, psychological resistance, make our higher high, come back for a pullback, and then see what we can do from there. I'm just going to leave this there as it is, and we'll come back whenever again on the stream and see how it plays out and say, you suck, road dog, or hey man, nailed it. I don't know, but it's got a good chance to nail that 10 cents. And that's about another 20, almost 20% gains, almost, yeah, 22% gains from here. But I mean, the hopeful situation is it's way too early to do this right now, but there's a possibility that if it does go bullish and break to the upside, well, that you could be possibly looking at 14 cents, right? Depending on where it breaks out and the measure move and whatnot. And there's some other things we can look at too. But we'll need to see that happen. So clear these areas would be really cool. Got some more fan funding coming in. I just heard that. I still haven't figured out how to make it where you guys can hear it too. Michael Moore says, big dog, Michael Moore, how's it going? Reese John, $2 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support. Well, I'm 100% crowdfunding. I'm not starting to shill anything, sell anything other than Tangem wallets. Get yours today. Code name. If you ever do need a Tangem wallet, just download that app, or go to the website or whatever, however you get it. But the dog, DAWG, will save you 10% off on whatever you order from over there. What's this? Free shipping? Add 20. How do you add 2609 more to unlock? Oh, free shipping available on orders over $89. I noticed that you got 2 items that don't go to $89, and if you add them up, it does add up. Well, at least that happens. Hey, could you do that? 3-card set and a 2-card set. That would give you 5 cards. You got a family pack for $125. I think they should sell a pack of 10. I swear, I think they should. If you had 10 cards, you could either have 5 wallets or 3 wallets. You can have 3 to 5 wallets, just depending on how you want to do it, because you program the cards. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can mix and match whatever cards together for your account, and then they're programmed for it. I don't see why they don't do that, but they give it for 2 cold wallets. And what's that going to? Is that going to be 6 cards or 4 cards? I don't know. I like the ring. The ring looks bitchin'. I haven't looked at the ring in a while. I still haven't got one yet. All right, well, it's not going to do that. I guess we'll go somewhere else. Oh, here it is. Isn't that cool? The Tangem Ring wallet. Carry your wallet with you everywhere, and like, why don't you ever wear your wedding ring, but you wear that Tangem wallet ring? Well, no, I don't want to get in that argument. So, all right, so Velvet, that was the 1 hour. It looks good right now. She's trying to do something, trying to get them numbers up. How long we been going? An hour and a half? Kelly Fest says, Turkey Power fighting the man. Striga says, where's Joe? I don't know. We got 25 people. That's a pretty good turnout for tonight. So it seems like what I went on about 10 o'clock tonight, it seems like that feels comfortable. I'm trying to move it to 9 or 9:30, but that sneaks up on me, and I find myself getting to the last minute to get everything together. So 10 o'clock seems to be what's working for me. Maybe an occasional 9:30 show, but seems like 10 is working pretty good for me for streaming at night. I don't think that's going to change. It's a little bit better. Going too late keeps me up all night. That and some of this good ass coffee probably also helping keep me up. If you don't have good ass coffee, get some today. Also, get a little cowbell or just play with your ding-a-ling. It's fun. Put a little smile on your face. I like to shill coffee and apparently and cowbells and Tangem wallets. Man, you keep coming back here. Was there anything else that I meant to go over? Oh, we were good. Did we ever look at Vara? I wrote it down. We never did. That was it, wasn't it? Sorry, Stray Guy. I get it. Squirrel. So Vara Network. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's zoom out. Okay, that's a little better. Oh, is this MEXC? Is this? This is not new, right? I'm pretty sure I've heard this before. It looks like a new. Maybe it's just new on MEXC. $17 million market cap. Nothing doopy. Oh man, you got me here though. 10 billion coins. Is that right? 10 trillion. 10 trillion. Is it trillion or billion? I can't even tell anymore. I think it's billion. 10 billion coins. Maximum supply is kind of like the other one. Infinity. Haven't got that clear. This is what the overall thing looks like. We see that it was up somewhere around 12 cents. And now it's a half a penny. Let's see. What is Vara Network about? A substrate-based future-proof smart contract platform that's fast, scalable, and simplifies creation and deployment on the next generation Web3 dApps. Probably best. I want to check out the... It's been around for a while though, right? How far? October 23. Okay. So it's just new on... I think I just answered my question. It's new here. So I need more chart. So let's look at it on Coinbase would be the last place unless it started there. You didn't start on Coinbase, did? Are you a Coinbase thing? Is this a Coinbase thing? I'll be damned. Okay, well, it may be blessed by the Coinbase then. I don't know. Usually Coinbase was the last place you go to your charts because that's everybody's waiting for coins to get listed on Coinbase for number to go up, or in reality get listed on Coinbase and then get dumped on. The Coinbase effect. But this one looks like it's been on Coinbase. Was this one tied to Coinbase? Does it say that? I'd like to know that. You know what? The easiest way, I think, is just to come over to Grok and just ask Grok. Hey, Grok. Is Vara Network a Coinbase project? Let's find out. No, Vara Network is not. I probably said that wrong. It's a standalone layer 1 decentralized network built on the Gear protocol, designed to support scalable and efficient Web3 applications, particularly in gaming and in finance. Coinbase supports trading of Vara Network native tokens, Vara, on this platform, as evidenced by its listing on September 20th, 2023. But it does not indicate that Coinbase develops or owns. I probably asked the wrong question. Created by founders Nikolay Wolf and Ilya Veller, with backing from Polkadot founder Gavin Wood. Gavin has wood, and that's the rumor. All right, okay, well, we got that. So we've had these areas over here already identified. How's she been doing? Did you go lower? Do I have to redo something over here? You 0.5'd us. I found that very interesting. You 0.5'd me. Makes me think we got a 0.5 in there somewhere. Okay, we got that. So I have to adjust this one here. Okay, bring it down a little bit. So our new magic level to look for. 0.012, and then the sweeter spots would be over here at 0.017. And let's see from where we are, way down here. I'm on the daily, by the way. Ooh, that's nice. That's 138% to the first target, 234% to the second. Strega, you little bottom feeder, you. That's a good place to get in on it, in my personal opinion. Some people would tell you, you know, to wait for this and wait for that. And there's reasons behind that, but then, you know, you got the risky degens in us that like to bottom feed here. That 113, yes, yeah, you can, and that's a very possible bottom right there. And that was, where was that? 0.004, and now it's 0.00490. Oh my God, it went up 20%, but yet it's still not over fractions of a penny higher. That's cool. Might be a little retracement down to 0.00444 or 4.5 area. Just fractions of a penny now. And she's zigzag. This is a great place to DCA. So we do our new little fib pull here, and ooh, there we go. Look at that. We just got a bunch of 232 area or 236 fibs over here. I think I'm the only one that teaches or even shows this little technique about using the 236 as your accumulation zone and using it to gauge, you know, how to navigate, I guess, in that area. I don't know. I don't see anybody else do that. No, they're not special anyway, but I mean, it works beautiful. It's so simple, so easy. It applies anywhere on anything. It's scalable. I mean, it's just a beautiful little system. It works magic. And if you guys adopt it and it's working for you, shout out to you guys. And if you don't, maybe you should try it just to see if it kind of complements whatever strategy you got going on. I'm just saying. Possible breakout. Still got some wickage areas over there, so nothing confirmed yet. That looks pretty cool. On the daily, what do you look like on the 4 hour for this weekend? Still have not flipped these moving averages on the 4 hour. They're trying. Nice rounded scallop. Nice. So we're looking at a possible double bottom pattern here, but it's got a lower low, right? So the biggest thing is, when we're looking at these guys, is this low that we had over here that I just marked. Yeah, we're above it. You see that? So that's pretty, this area right here. So that's significant that we got above it, and now we're retesting it, right? So now we're flipping this previous bottom into support, meaning that, oh wait, she should be ready to go. Striker says, I'm loading up. Hey, there's Joe. How's it going, Joe? Joe says, been lurking, doing stuff, and Road Dog on the other monitor. Scario says, can we have a peeky poo at JYAI? I love your show. I stole Glittery Tag Side. Hey. Actually, I think it was Floki's Angels who was doing that on the regular. Which I haven't seen. I haven't seen her in a minute. Dragon says, just ask Grok to do your TA like Road Dog. He might. He surprisingly is very familiar with, well, previous chats and then also history. Or I don't know. Grok's kind of wild. So we're looking at JYAI. Is it on the regular? Jerry the Turtle. Mexi's got it. Jerry the Turtle. Matt Fury did that one too. But wait a minute, didn't Matt Fury also do Nyla? I'm gonna have to. I'll come back. I'm trying not to lose that thought and trying not to see a squirrel and go chasing down something else too. So Jerry the Squirrel, and I'm in on this. I've got some of this. Just a small thing when you guys were mentioning it. When was this? Did I miss that? No, it went up, and I took. Was that there? Was that what happened there? It ran up, and I moonbagged and took some profits, and then bought some more on the low. But she's been ranging out. It was this one, and what was the other one on base? Oh my gosh! Another one that did good. These are on the. This one's on Ethereum though. It's actually on Ethereum. It's not on base. It's on Ethereum, but I'm using it in my base wallet. Nitro. And Nitro's done pretty good. This one is kind of pulled back and just kind of went sideways after all of that. And that's what happens. We were talking about this earlier, man, when you get the parabolic moves and you can draw the curves and all that. You know, you get these things going on, and sometimes you can make this thing do whatever you want, man. I can make this thing conform to whatever. That's why I don't trust it. Look, it's a parabolic move to the upside. Just wait and see if it breaks, blah, blah, blah. Just say whatever you want. I can make this thing do whatever I want. So I don't trust them. For that reason, if I can manipulate it and then I don't trust it, I just like to pull it and see what it does. I just lay it out there. I don't try to make it fit or do anything. And like a lot of other people, like, oh, look, it's this. And I'm like, well, yeah, I make it. Oh, look, it's like this. Look, we can make it do whatever we want to. Doesn't mean price is going to go over here, does it? And it's impossible for it to go backwards. But anyway, the point being, I might be able to take it from here and get something closer. Anyway, you get the nice little parabolic moves. I'll curve it, just to make it look impressive, like I'm just, look, we nailed it with our line. But when you lose those little guys, right, and you break your trend lines, and it sucks because a trend line won't help you nail the top. A trend line on this idea, this trend line doesn't help you nail the top. Now another trend line might help you. I'm going down the smaller time frame, but this one just saves your ass from having to go through all this and then possibly all of this. But that's what happens. You get a nice rounded parabolic move, blow off top, and then it comes down. And this is when I was talking about this earlier. This is where I'm going to buy it now because look how cheap it is. And you're thinking it's going to, you know, keep doing some stuff, right? That's what everybody thinks, and that happens. But that's not what happens, man. It goes sideways, and in this case, down and sideways is how I always describe it. This went sideways and then down, and still sideways. So after it does this for a while, we usually see them go back to about a 786 retracement or an 886 retracement. Now, keep that in mind, okay? When you see these blow off tops, and because a lot of people have been chasing them up there, and they still chasing, and it's hard not to chase. When it gives it back, you want to keep chasing it again when it starts going up just a little bit, because that's what it does, right? They break, they come back down, then they do a, you know, I don't know if you call it a dickhead bounce, but a bearish retest, and they come back up, and people still chasing. I'm getting back in it. Yeah. Ooh, we're still in it, and they want more and expecting more, but that's not what you get. It's not what you get. Once that parabola is broken, you need to just kiss it goodbye. That's one of the hardest lessons I had to learn there. That was an important lesson, because I used to chase them. I used to buy back into these suckers all the time, expecting it to go higher, try to get a higher high. So I had to make that one of my rules, man. And I suggest that you do too. If you ever see a parabola like that, and when it's over, just let it go. Let it go. Come back and see it later. Come back and look at it at the 786 or the 886 retracement. Because think about this, from the top all the way down there, 80%. Well, that should have told you the 886 retracement. 80% retracement, man. You get back the gains that you all that. So if you're trying to DCA, I want to DCA into it the whole time, and you're just DCA. I mean, you can, but my gosh, you got to come back from down here all the way up here, do a 3x before you can get back in profit. However, if you cut out of these guys and then be patient, set your alerts, whatever you want to do, keep checking in. When you catch them in these areas where they're at right now, meaning that where we are right now is a good place, in my personal opinion. DCA, build a little bag of this, take a little chance on it, because now she's got a chance to go up, right? Now, instead of being in drawdown or whatever, you can start seeing 80%, 137%, 187%, as we just start stair-stepping up these little ladders here. So, this is when we take a swing high to a swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. Doesn't mean it's going to go. Maybe I should have rephrased that, but I already got that one etched in stone and songs written about it, so that's what I'm going to say. Tell me where price can go. Will likely go. Will probably go. There's no absolutes, but 0.00013 is a juicy target. Scale this little idea down here. Go with this one. Oh, we almost tapped that one before earlier. 0.000109. And even down to where we are now, looks like, did I get you? Oh, I went too far down there. So we take the same concept, go from the high that we had over here, 236. I didn't make them all red. They're all supposed to be red. Notice how this one, this is a previous 236 that we took before we scaled it down, and look where it comes in at. It comes in at the 1.13. The other one that we had from a previous scale out, scaling down. No, I'm just going to 236, scaling it down, and it's knocking out all these other fibs for me too. The 1618 right there. So you see how the fibs kind of interlock and when they do interlock and overlap, you pay attention. If they don't overlap as much, you don't see as much, and then it's a little fuzzy. But when they do overlap a lot, you're onto something. You got some harmonic activity going on there. You got some, that's something, there's magic going on. And so we pay a little bit more attention to those guys. So I think we got some definite good targets for it. Almost 50% gains there, 48 and 75 to those two targets. And those are the ones that are worth waiting for on the shorter term. Remember, this is the shorter term, right? No, it's not. It's the 4 hour. And technically, anywhere under here is a juicy place to accumulate. Isn't that crazy? And when we come down right now from this one here, that's why I thought that this was where we're at. You're at the juicy buy zone here and getting ready to come out. So since we get past this point 0.00075 area, and we're at 7.3 right now, we can get past that and start working our way up here to this guy. That would be the sweet payday. It may take it a while, man. We hadn't been there since end of June. It's been about a month since we've been there, but you know, sometimes you have to wait to make some of that sweet cash. I like it though. Jerry the Turtle. Cool. The other one we looked at, what was it? Nitro. Oh crap, you're still not on a regular exchange? This is Nitro against, this is against Ethereum though. I want to do to you on Ethereum. I may have to do Dex Screener. This one's, I think this one's against the dollar, right? I think this one's against the dollar. So she's doing a retest right here. So here's, let's get some of this stuff off. So very shallow falling wedge idea breakout. What happens? It went crazy, exceeded measure moves and all that stuff. But what happens after it's all over? Parabolic move. They go sideways and down. Look where it came back to. Retest of this area right here at the breakout area. That's the rule of thumb for your pattern breakouts. That a lot of them have a really good chance to always come, or not always, but a high probability to come back to retest the breakout areas. And I think I'm the only one that kind of mentions that, and I try to mention it a lot because that's something, if you know that going out when you go break out, to me, you got something to plan for. You know, there's a good chance we're going to come back, end up back here at some point in the future. So let's make sure we got a profit taking plan, and it'd be a good place to jump back in. Wash, rinse, and repeat, because that's how you make the money, build the bags, is wash, rinse, and repeating, right? So if you got a coin that you're in and you're trying to play that particular coin, I don't think these guys ever did anything. Let's take all this old stuff off. Now, as far as the parabolic move, where do we come back to? It looks like we got a 786 out of it. Oh, well, we got an 886. Sweet. Parabolic move, come back to 886, 786, and look at that. Beautiful, beautiful how it touched that. Now it's flipping over and doing that. Great. All right, so looks like we possibly got our new little bottom in. So we got that idea. We'll draw a bottom trend line, and that's our new little line in the sand in case she does want to get a little frisky and try to break it. We know to get the hell out. Now we can take our regular fibs and we can do what we always do. We're at a 272. Hadn't quite made it past there, so this is still the sweet ass area to buy. It's on the 6. I'm on the 4 hour and she's at the 666 moving average. Right through here, 800's below. This is a good place to add in too. A really good place in my personal opinion. And so the next sweet targets to be looking at is a decimal 4 zeros and 11. A decimal 4 zeros and 12 or 13.6. Those are some good ones from where we are now to get up there. 7,106%. Oh, that's a sweet one right there. The moonbag territory right there. So Nitro looks like it's got some more upside. Could be doing. I'm going to keep that in mind when we get there. So one of you guys mentioned this, and I got into it early before we did all this. And when it did all this, I moonbagged. I think I got to moonbag this one twice, or get back in and then take some more profits. But anyway, I got a nice little moonbag of it. I think right now, currently, I started out with just $25 worth of it, and it went all the way up here, went to a lot more. And my bag now, where we are after retracing all this much, which started out as a $25 play. Even though we come back, I've got it's worth $88 now. It's a small play, but it only cost me $25, and I already took that out. So I got a free $88 bag of this here, which could turn into what, almost a $200 bag if we just get up here. And if we get up here to the sweet spots, 300% gains on that. Well, would that be 240? That'd be 240, right? I'm trying to do math in my head. I'm not as great at that. But that's just me leaving my moonbag alone. I may add to it. I don't know. I hadn't figured it out. Maybe. It's a good place to add to it if I wanted to. I might do that. Do I have anything over there on Ethereum? She is on the that is. I got a little bit. No, Jets on base. I don't have much over there. Let's see if we can add a little bit. Hopefully the fee is not going to kill me. Let's do a little swappy swap. I don't have very much, man. Can I do it? I'm gonna have to put more Ethereum over there. Oh, and he loses a nickel. Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm just going to add $15 more because that's basically about all I got free over there on that blockchain to work with on this particular wallet. So should give me about $100 bag now, and that'll make it easier. So if I do I have a $100 bag here now, and we get up to here, I could be looking at about $400 and something. Sweet. They would turn to 427 should be. So not bad for a $25 investment that I took back out and just put right in 15. I only got $15 in on this right now. And I'll take that out as we go up. Bitcoin, what are you doing? You got frisky on us? Are you turning things around? Are you not going to go bearish on us? Are you trying to do something? We're looking for a bearish retest idea. Let's go back over this with Bitcoin. I'm going to come back to my small time frame here at 6 minute. 6 minute. We came up here, got some floppy moving averages. Where's my other moving averages? Oh man, did I erase my moving averages again? Dude, I hate it when that happens. Oh man. Well, we're going to have to add some moving averages over here, and I'll show you how I do that. Let's take. So I go to the indicators, then I go 5MA, and that's all I'm looking for. 5MA, not EMA. I don't use the EMAs. Some people do. I used to until I accidentally did what I just did, and then accidentally put back the regular moving averages, and then I noticed, man, price really respects those better. I think price respect and for what I use and how I use them, they respect them a lot better. So I go with that. So now I got my 5 moving averages. Now I got to change them. So I've got a special way that I do it. I use green for my first one. I use red for my second one. Blue for that one stays. For my fourth one, I use white. And my last one, biggest one, I used yellow. Now this is my 9, oh my gosh, are we forgetting? My 9, my 21, my 50, my 100, and 200. Those are the moving averages I use. They automatically start out with 9, and it's a good one. I'll change this one to 21, change this one to 50, change this one to 100, and then boom, there we go. There are my 5 moving averages. Let me cut my old ones off so they make sense. And there we go. And now, here on the 6th minute, we've reclaimed the 200 moving average. This is looking bullish right now. I am looking for what we talked earlier. We might be coming up to 119. I doubt that we get to 120. I hope that we do. We're basically kind of looking at this little area, 119, 400, and maybe just up here. So this is what I'm looking for over this weekend or over tomorrow. If we can't get past the 0.5, we're rolling over, we're coming in lower. Most likely that is what we will do, and we might be looking to 116, maybe even lower, 115. I would say we will start entertaining these areas down here at 113 if that happens. We could also come up here to 119.5 and do the same thing, but if we go there, we might have a chance to make a higher low. A little bit better chance to make a higher low and maybe break out of it, but we still could be in danger for coming down here. So we got, she'll tell us what she's going to do if we listen and just watch. But she's not ready. She's speaking to us now. Right now, she's trying to climb up. But we got to see if it'll get past here first. That will tell us some stuff. And if we can't get past that, that's right at 119, just right under 119. If we cannot get past that, that's where we're looking at these guys, right? 115.8. And even then, we might be coming back and still doing that, okay? Remember, Elliot on the 4 hour still thinks we're in a big ass correction all the way down to 113 or 108. Coming up for a bearish retest, not being able to get past here. That's what I'm looking for. Remember, we broke a trend line. That's a big no-no. So either we bear trap, get back in it, and fake everybody out, and then go to Valhalla come Sunday. Could happen. I doubt it, but it could. I'm not going to discount it. I'm going to keep watching. But for it to do that, it's got to get past this 618 and choose it as support. If we see that happen, then we watch these areas, right, and see if we kind of flag out, consolidate here. It's right below the trend line. Sounds like playing out perfect. If we see that, we got a chance. But that's going to be asking a lot over this weekend, in my personal opinion, from what normally happens when you lose a trend line. What normally happens is not that, it's this. So that's what we're looking at this weekend. So I'm making plans to take, so if Bitcoin goes up and then rolls over, what's your altcoin's going to do? The same damn thing. So taking profits over the weekend in your altcoins, probably a good idea. Look at total 3. Also, looks like we might have broken some kind of secondary trend line here. We'll take this one. So we also might be coming up a little bit and then rolling over for altcoins, okay? I don't know. That's what we're looking at. So kind of the same thing. We can do the same thing with our fibs here. And so until we get past the 618 area here, 1.04 trillion, until we get past that and maybe back up, well, we don't necessarily have to get above that trend line per se, because we could be looking at, yeah, oh gosh darn it, I just saw the angle on that. So that's another thing that I look at here. So I'm taking this bottom point here, and I was following the original trend line that we had, because it's going to be resistance. But when I drag it down here, I've got a little bit of confluence on some of the angles here on some of these wicks, so I'll keep an eye on that. And maybe we just come down and made our bottom, and we're just stepping up. There's our 236, and we're trying to get up. But I'm looking for, we're at 1.03 trillion, which is a dream from where we were just a few weeks ago. We were at 7.5 billion. We've come up good. And you should have seen that in your accounts and everything else, especially your HODL accounts. 1.04, if we can get past that, we got a chance to, you know, maybe just go for a bigger altcoin rally. But until then, we might, you know, they might be rolling over on us. So that's why it's going to be an interesting weekend, and it may be Sunday night before we figure this out. So we got about 24 hours, in my personal opinion, to really define this and get a feel for what's going on. And hopefully we can make some money. There's going to be chances to get in and out of these altcoins, though. There really is. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. We'll watch Bitcoin as she tries to go up and get past 118. Man, that's awesome. I was underwater on a trade because I broke some of my rules and got underwater on the trade, and I should have cut it off early before it got down, and then I should have never added. I started, once you start breaking one rule, you start breaking them all, and it's luck is what I'm going to say. Luck that we came down here and that we're trying to go up. We could have just easily kept on coming down, and I'd be like, oh crap, I did it again. I still did it again. I still broke my rule and started having my ass handed to me. But I think we're I'm getting there. That's going to be a hard one. I got one I got finagle to come out on. Try not to break your rules. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. 24 people. I'll see you tomorrow, and just be cautious over the weekend. Let's see what happens Sunday night, and I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow night. We stream and into Sunday. Sunday night should be interesting. That's usually when it gets kind of interesting. They want to do something one way or the other. And let's just try to do the best we can. Keep getting paid. We gotta get paid. Gotta get in the habit of getting paid. If not, we just ride the roller coaster, and riding the roller coaster sucks because it'll make you want to puke when it starts going down. All right, guys. I'll see you on the end screen. Okay, Sean, transition. Just waiting on you, Sean. This is awkward. Just waiting on you, Sean.
You chased the green in the midnight glow, held your heart close but let your logic go. A lover's game with charts that climb and dive, but don't lose your
the DMT? Oh, DMA, not DMT, DMA. I just said it 420 and 69. It works. With a price to be paid.
Hold your soul steady when the FOMO calls. In the dance of the market, don't risk it all. She'll lure you in with promises so sweet, but volatility whispers lies at your feet. You can't buy love with a bullish streak. When emotions rule, your wallet gets weak. Don't marry your
DMA, Darts Moving Average. I'm not familiar with that. Huh. I have to look at that. Darts Moving Average.
Hold your soul steady when the FOMO calls. In the dance of the market,
when we share, we learn. Appreciate that, Checker.
Take a breath and see. Not every high is your destiny. You're the captain, don't drown in her waves. Crypto love's fickle, but your heart can be saved. Don't marry your trades, let the candle.
Oh yeah, guy, man. Did you troll me, Striker? Did you troll me? Do I have the troll that? Oh, it's not on this screen. Can't do it. Darts move. Okay, it makes sense now. Takes me a minute sometimes. Do Audi C. How's it going, my man? Kelly. That's some good advice, Ave. Good night, everyone. Be at peace, laugh a lot, and show grace when others have done you wrong. That's true. That's biblical right there. They are stupid. Just kidding. Just kidding. They're smart, just slow. My dartboard has red and green. Hey, Bug Pick, how's it going? Good to see you, Bug Pick. I don't have any bugs to show you right now.
The market's buzzing, I jumped too soon.
Black from moving sideways. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let me let the little dog wave, and let's say good night, John Boy. Good night, John Boy.